Welcome back, and on this one we need to talk about styles. With Vue, we can do this in several different ways. Let me show you something. I added some classes right here at the bottom. You can go to the downloads of this section and get the HTML, or you can just pause the video and just copy this from screen. It's just very simple. Styles. We are just using a class of element, and then we have some colors and maybe the large right here, which is a class that we will use on a font. So I want to use these classes with the different elements that we have right here. And I want to be able to toggle the classes and maybe toggle the colors and change the contents or just pass different information, different elements, different values to the different elements, with styles and with classes. Right? So yeah, working with styles. This is the name of the section. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to create an element. And since we are using the class element, I'm going to say this is my element, something like that. And this one needs to say class, and I'm going to call it element because I'm using the class element right here. And as you can see, it's just white, black, and a padding of 10. And if I reload the application, we can see that it's just something pretty simple, right? So what I want to do, I want to maybe add a class to this element. And we know that what we can do is just by doing v and then just bind and then colon. And with this, as we discussed previously, Vue will let you handle different classes by binding the element attribute. Yeah, you can do this. The thing is that we are already using a class while doing bind right here. So the trick of how this works is that you can do this, but maybe it's a better idea to do maybe here doing v and then bind and just like that, bind and then equal, we could bind the class, and then this one is going to be equals to maybe something else. And what Vue will do will just concatenate the different classes right here, behind the scenes, of course, in the DOM. Now you can do this in several different ways. If I do, let me do class. If I open and close curly braces, right here, I need to provide the name of the class. And then what this takes is a Boolean. If it's true, it's going to attach the red class to the element. And if it's false, it will just remove it. If I reload the application, notice that we get, red now. If I inspect it, we get the element and then we get the red. Now, of course, if I do false, this is going to, not attach it. And we just get the black one, which is the normal element. So as you can see, we are not replacing the previous class. We are just adding to the existing class, which is a lot more useful. Now we can mix a little bit of what we know about directives and try to maybe add and remove classes in a more dynamic fashion. So I'm going to go at the bottom right here within the setup, and I'm going to create a const, and this one is going to be called maybe red color because we're going to use the red class that we have at the bottom. So I'm going to say ref open and close, and then I'm going to say that this one is false. And if we want to use it, we need to return it. So red and then color. Cool. So now what we can do maybe an on-click and toggle the red color class. And right here, I can say that maybe the red, just like this, is going to be equal to this red color class. So now red is equals to red color. If this is true, this will be true. And if it's false, this one will be false. So now what we need to do is to use the directive of v on and then click. And if I do click equals to, and then we just, target this class, and we can do it in line. We don't need to create a function. Maybe we can say red color equals to whatever red color is not. And this statement, what we'll do, it will change the value of the ref. If it's true, it's going to be false. If it's false, it's going to be true. That's why, we say not red color. And now if we go here and I just click it, notice that every time I click, we are changing the class. We are toggling the class. What we can also do is to add more properties. Right now we have only one, but we can do comma and then maybe add the large at the bottom, the one that we have with the font size. And I can say, okay, so large is going to be true. And when we load this, it will attach that class to the element. And now it's going to be large. Right? So if I inspect, we have large. And if I click it, we have red and then large. So notice that it will respect the order of the classes. Okay, so we are adding the classes manually, right? So we are saying right here within the element, this is the name of the class. It's going to be red, and then it's going to be large. But why, maybe I want to use the class names right here within the ref. I want to get them from here. And this is a completely, different way. So I'm going to change things a little bit right here. I'm going to still say that this is the element, but for now, I'm just going to get rid of all of this. I'm just going to go back to the beginning. Let me do this element. Cool. I'm going to break it in multiple lines because we can add a couple more things. So on this one, what I want to do, I want to add a line right here, HR, and then I'm going to go at the bottom and I'm going to create a div so we can click it and maybe change or toggle the classes. So on this one, I'm going to say activate and then maybe the red class. So red. So now I want to use classes, but I want to take them, I want to grab them from within the ref. So instead of now being false, let's say that maybe this one is going to be colors because we are going to handle colors from here. So colors and then colors. And maybe from here, we can create an object. And this one is going to say that we have a class, a color called blue, and this one will be true. And maybe we have another one that calls red, and this one will be false. And again, this is just an example. So now, since we have colors, and then inside we have colors blue and then red, we can use it maybe at the top. So I'm going to say V and then bind, open and close. And then we have the class. And now I'm going to bind the colors. And I'm going to say colors. I'm going to use the whole damn object. So this is what we'll do. We'll go and attach the blue and the red at the same time. If I go here and just inspect, we have element and then we have blue. We don't have red because it's false. But if I make it true, we are going to get both. We're going to get red, blue and red. And just like, the previous example, if we want to toggle this, we can do a V and then on, and I can do click equals to, and then we're going to say color, just like that. And now we have a different thing, we need to access the object, access the red, and then toggle this. So it's a little bit different. It's color, or actually it's colors, and then red, and then equal to whatever colors, and then dot red is not. So it's the same idea, but now we are using an object. So if I reload the application and I click it, we are going to be able to toggle. No, we are not. So what is going on? It's going to be colors. Oh, I'm sorry. We need to click this div. So there we go. There we go. So now it's working. Cool. Now, this is one way of doing things with the classes and toggling and then maybe accessing a ref, which is, just like this. But, we have more ways. You can use maybe a big object to do this. You can use inline styles, and also you can use arrays. So let's go to the next section and do that.